I think I got it. We're good. Copy, paste over here. All right, now we're live all over the place. All right, cool. Charbel, it looks like you got the first question, man, to get me started here. She's open to staying friends, but if anything comes up about the past or getting back together, she's blocks. Well, she sounds like she wants her terms kind of set in stone, right? So, how does that make you feel? Is that something you think you want to agree to? Based on what you told me, again, I don't know much about your situation, but it sounds like she's the one who wanted the breakup, right? And she's fine with being friends, but you have to agree to her terms. How does that sound to you? Charbel, is that something you think you can handle? Is that something you think you want to do? And be honest. Not too good. Yeah, of course, man. This tends to happen. This is a very familiar pattern when people break up, and I want you to understand that you don't have to settle to her terms or do anything you don't want to do. Most times when the dumper breaks up with you, they aren't in love with you, but they still want you in their life. In other words, a lot of times they love what you did for them, but they don't miss you. Like they may miss you, but they miss how you make them feel, but they don't miss you. And being friends with somebody like that, especially if it's not going to make you feel any great inside, it's going to make you feel horrible, which anybody would understand. That's not really going to be beneficial to you, man. In other words, he's going to move on from you, keep the companionship that you both have built over the past few years, but you're not allowed to ask anything about moving forward or how she's feeling or getting back together. So it's like a bunch of ultimatums, but again, it's not going to be very helpful with you moving on from your ex, because seeing them every day is only going to prolong the pain that you're feeling inside. And I don't advise anybody to be friends with an ex. It's probably one of the dumbest decisions we can do. And I'm guilty of it as well. I've done it myself in the past, because deep down we're thinking, I at least want them in my life, right? I at least want them next to me so I can see them. Maybe they'll change their minds, and it never does. It never works out the way we want to, man. So if I were you, I would just stand up for yourself a little bit and just say, you know what? I can't do this. This is what you're going to tell her. I'm going to tell you verbatim what to tell her, okay? So record the screen if you want. You're going to tell her, look, hold on one second. Something's up with my music here. Oh, now the internet's down. Okay, that's so interesting. One second. I'm going to tell you what to say as soon as my internet reloads here. God. This is what you're going to tell her. You're going to say, look, I love you. I didn't agree to this breakup. I don't want to do this, but I understand you're not happy. And if I can't make you happy despite everything I've done for you, I understand that. That's something I'm going to have to live with, okay? So this is what I need from you. I need to move on from you. I need to walk away from this situation, because seeing you every day and being friends, it's not going to work for me, because deep down it's hurting me. And if you cared or respected me or loved me at any point while we were together, you'll leave me alone. You want to be alone, you want to move on, then please do so. I wish you the best. No ill will, but I can't see you. I can't be friends with you. I'm incapable of doing that. So I'm going to walk away from me. I'm going to do what's best for me here. You're doing what's best for you. I'm going to do what's best for me here. So I'm going to walk away, and I'd appreciate you not contacting me, because again, I gave you my all and it just wasn't enough. Okay. So I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to heal from this breakup. I'm going to do I just request that you never reach out to me again. You tell her that. You tell her that. And you do this for you. You stand up for yourself, because that's what a lot of people don't want to do, is stand up for themselves after a breakup. And I get, because if we do, we may push them away. We may scare them. So you're kind of walking on eggshells, but no, you have to do what's best for you, man. I mean that. Every single time, do what's best for you after a breakup. Okay? Don't try to fight. And if she loved or respected you at any point, I think anybody on the other end hearing that would agree to that, because there's nothing they can say that would counter or argue back with you, right? Because you're telling them, look, I can't see you. I love you in this way. I can't be friends with you. It's hurting me seeing you. There's no way for them to argue that point. So tell her that, man, and do it for yourself. And I mean this. Move forward. And again, this is what I preach with my lives. Thank you, everybody, for joining. This is what I preach with my lives. We're all going to have our hearts broken. We're all going to go through some low moments, but don't ever use this breakup to destroy you or ruin your life. I mean, this is a moment that you're just going to have to learn how to move on with somebody who doesn't want to be part of it anymore. And you can do it in healthy ways, and there's destructive ways. And I don't preach to that, but there's healthy ways to move on with people from things like this, right? And this is to rediscover your identity, invest in you, eat well, sleep well, go to the gym, work out, build some confidence in yourself, right? Build yourself up. Don't contact your ex because again, they are the source of power. They are the source of pain here. They are the source of your heartbreak here. So going back to the source of pain for comfort is never going to work out. And a lot of times, if you stand up for yourself and have that discipline of not contacting them, they may come back. But again, just because they come back asking to come back with you, that doesn't mean you should take them back. Good evening. How's everybody doing? How's everybody on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the live. My name is Rudy. I go by Root Advice, and I help people get through breakups and adjust to life post-divorce, and I help them get over their exes. And I also give general relationship advice. So if you have any questions tied to the topics up above, ask your way, okay? If you want to show love, you can send some super chats. You can send some stars on Facebook. Tips here. Tap the screen for likes. I would really appreciate that as well. And again, these lives are for you. I do my best to get to as many questions as I can, okay? So understand that. If I don't get to your question, it doesn't mean that I'm ignoring you. It's just I have 3 platforms here and I'm doing my best, okay? So ask anything you'd like. If you want to book an appointment with me, the link on Facebook and YouTube is in the comments. You can just click on that Stand Store link and schedule it a one-on-one with me. You can also download a guide that I have for free, which is 5 reasons why you can't get over your ex. Hello from LA. Hey, how's it going? Pleasure to meet you. Now let's go back over here real quick. Erica, I'm doing great. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. Elizabeth Perez Flo, you got the next question. Okay, so here we go. My current my current relationship has me thinking I'm just a jump off, even though he swore that's not the case. What makes you think that? And again, I know these lives, I don't have anybody come on, but if you have any questions or I need more information, just give as much information as you possibly can. Okay. I'm doing my best, Bobby. And again, I want to be clear when it comes to legal questions. I am not an attorney. I have the disclosure up there. I'm not an attorney. I don't give any legal advice. I urge you to go contact an attorney in your state because every state law is different. Adam, she told me she hates herself and doesn't have room to love someone else right now. That's viable, man. I mean, you can't expect anybody to love anybody else if they have no love for themselves. Now, where that's coming from, I mean, that's something that she's going to have to figure out. You're not her savior. So I don't expect you, or I don't think she expects you to kind of fix her problems. Maybe she needs to go to therapy. Maybe she's got some demons in the past that she needs to conquer, but that's viable, man. If somebody has problems within themselves, they can't be of value to anybody else. That does make sense. I'm going to leave her alone as long as she needs. Yeah, I would do that, Adam. But again, I would leave her. But again, don't understand that leaving her is for her best interest, right? She needs to be alone to fix things for herself. But I wouldn't leave with the hope of maybe coming back to her, rekindling things, because again, she may become a different person, a better person, hopefully, right? Because we all want her to be, we wish her the best. So just kind of focus on you, and she may reach out one day. I love your videos. Keep it up. Bernadette, thank you so much. I appreciate that. We have a question here on YouTube. I loved my ex like I've never loved anyone before, yet the betrayal was way too big for me to even take him back. Time heals. That's valid. That's very true. We've all been there, and I'm glad you didn't go back to them. And sometimes love's not enough, right? Because their actions speak louder than words. What are my credentials? I'm just a coach. Let me go ahead and give you my summary here for everybody who's new. I was married 16 years, got divorced in 2016. I rebuilt my life, and my marriage ended because of a lot of mistakes I made. The ex-wife wasn't a saint as well, but again, we both had problems, but majority of the problems were because of me, and I filed for divorce and left. But I made sure that I turned that horrible experience into something positive. I learned from my mistakes. I've been very humble in calling myself out with all my videos, my very early videos, so they're all there. And I've taken accountability for my mistakes and become a better person. I had a fantastic dating life, very successful dating life. I found love 8 years after the fact and got remarried again. The ex-wife and I have a fantastic co-parenting relationship, and the kids are great. So I am just here to help people as much as I can because I get divorce, heartbreak, cheating is very painful events in everybody's life, and I've been there. I've survived it, and I've always said if you're going to listen to anybody on TikTok or anybody in general, you want to see that hey, they've been through it, they know what they're talking about, and they've survived it and thrived. My advice is my life itself is a testament that my advice works. And again, I may not be for you. I am very blunt. I'm very non-sugar coated. I tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And I'm just a coach to tell people to do this to start a path to get things into a better place. I'm not a therapist. I don't treat depression. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm just a general coach. Okay. With 16 years experience, I mean, 20 years married, 20 years together, 16 married, dated for 5 and found love again. And outside of this profession, I've been coaching for about 15 years. My job in real life is a senior instructional designer. So I handle adult learning. Okay. So there you go. I'm doing my best here. And ask away, down under, how many times can you get back together? How many times? That's your question. It depends on every situation. Again, when I speak, I want everybody to understand I'm kind of giving you a hybrid answer of my own experience, but also I've spoken to thousands of people since 2020 when this whole thing kicked off. So going back, I wouldn't recommend numerous times because again, maybe going back to revisit things if you both have improved yourselves makes sense. But if it's toxicity, fights, jealousy, and you guys fight, break up, cool off, get back together, and it's like 5 or 6 years of doing that, why would you want to invest more time in this situation where you know none of you are going to change and it's going to end in the same way? I always tell people that the core of my coaching is self-respect, self-worth, and doing what's best for you and getting away from people who don't respect you or appreciate you. That's the core of my message. Okay. So it depends on every situation. All right. See here. Elizabeth, what keeps our relationship out of his home and family life? Makes time for me at his convenience, not mine. Elizabeth, am I understanding the question that are you seeing him? Let me go back. I don't want to make an assumption here. Let me go back. Did you hear about John Maddock coach in Australia? He has scammed hundreds of what? Hold on one second. I know him. He's scamming hundreds of coaching dating or dating coaches. No, Jake Maddock actually blocked me, which I find odd because I know who he is. But when I first started doing this, he and I kind of just said hi to each other, like, "Hey, how's it going?" But he blocked me for some reason. We never collaborated, so I didn't know he scammed. Is he scamming other coaches or scamming clients? Sorry, I'm all over the place here. One moment here. But Elizabeth, I'm trying to find the first part of your question here. Sorry. But he keeps our relationship out of his home and family life. Makes time for me at his convenience, not mine. What's the question here? I'm sorry. And we have another question here. Yes. Hi, I broke up with my boyfriend of 4 years. He is really avoiding and I'm anxious. Wow. And you were together 4 years. He didn't chase me at all. Well, maybe it was time to walk away because that compatibility with anxious and avoidant, usually the avoidant has all the power in that situation. I'm surprised you guys lasted that long, to be honest. But if you broke up and you did what's best for you because you weren't getting what you wanted in that relationship, especially after investing 4 years, that makes perfect sense. I 100% agree with you. Hey, Mr. Raygun, what's going on? Let's see here. 1 second. I see the question on Facebook. I'll get to that in just a bit. Is it possible to fall in love with somebody else while still married to someone else? What to do? Yes, it's very possible, and it happens quite often. Usually, there's this joke where people say people are still finding the love of their life while they're still married, and I've seen it happen quite a few times. Because and again, I'm speaking in the 80-20 rule, there's a majority, not the exceptions. Usually what happens is people get married young or for the wrong reasons. Time goes on, people grow apart, and then that person, man or wife, doesn't matter, man or woman, they tend to connect to somebody outside of their marriage at work, maybe somebody at the gym, And again, from the age of 20 to the age of 30, we're completely different people. And between that span, most times people grow apart in taste, political taste, interest, things in general. And they connect with somebody that they are or who they become in the age of 30. So it does happen. But again, it's a series of just bad decisions that get you there. Yeah. And again, that's why people have affairs. That's why people cheat, because again, they've grown apart with their wife or husband. They feel lonely. They don't feel, they have everything around them, kids, home, cars, whatever, but they feel incredibly lonely because there's just nothing between their husband or their wife, right? And they go elsewhere. But yeah, that happens. But again, it's a series of just bad decisions of allowing yourself to confide to somebody else at work, spend time, invest time in somebody else, and eventually emotions do grow. I got a question here on Facebook. Okay. Is it Hung Van? Okay. Hung Van. If a woman says they don't want to be with you anymore, they don't love you anymore, what does that mean if she consistently keeps checking up and always hot and cold? Does this kind of an avoidant ever come back? No. And again, nor would I suggest you go back to them. Again, if they're telling you that, listen to what they say. If they're telling you that they don't love you, then listen to them. And again, this is like the common, natural events during a breakup. Usually when a person breaks up with you like that and they tell you they don't love you anymore, but yet they still come back into your life and check up on you, it's on you to set that boundary and not let them come back, because they're only going to breadcrumb you with hope to keep you tethered there in the event things don't work out on the other side that they're counting on. They know they can have old faithful you to keep you in that spot. So again, when an ex breaks up with you and tells you things like that they don't love you, they don't. Listen to what they're saying and set that boundary and don't let them come back, man. Okay. And again, avoidants tend not to come back. If they do, it's usually because there's a dry spell or a low moment that they're experiencing. Like maybe the single life isn't what they expected. So they go back to you to give them that boosted confidence again. So again, set that boundary, please. Hey, Sean, what's up? I always include him with my family time because to me, he is family. Is this your boyfriend or husband, Elizabeth? I'm just curious. Don't ever let your husband keep you from finding the love of your life. Yes, and I heard many people say don't ever keep your wife from allowing you to find the love of your life. Boyfriend. How long have you been together? And again, Elizabeth, I'm gonna ask you to book an appointment with me because your story, again, there's a lot of entry points in the flow and the live, and I can't get to them all, and I don't know the entire situation. So I'm gonna ask you if you can just book a session with me so we can talk things out, okay? It's okay. So a boyfriend for 5 years, he is family to you. You bring him over to your family, but he keeps he keeps his family away from you. That's not a good thing. I don't know if you've talked to him about that. I don't know if you've spoken to him about that and say, what's the boundary? What's going on? What has he said? I totally, it's so funny. YouTube is always consistently the ones with trolls and just the craziest comments. I'm not even going to address that. Do you, for a split second, regret your first divorce? Hell no. It's the best decision I've ever made. She's happy with somebody else. She's remarried. I'm remarried. The kids are great. No. It's sometimes it's appropriate to walk away, especially when you've grown apart and you've exhausted every option to try to save it. And that's what I tell people. I mean, if you are unhappy, do your best to save it. You know, push for therapy, push for counseling, compromise, meet in the middle. But most times, the sad reality is most times people are there's only one person fighting in the marriage. And the other person's kind of set in their ways and made up their mind that they're not going to change. What is a person supposed to do at that point? I mean that. What are you supposed to do? When you're the one pushing the counseling, you're changing your behaviors, you're changing the way you communicate, the way you listen, and the other person's saying, I'm not going to go to therapy. What are you supposed to do? They've left you no choice. As painful as it may be, Laura, yes, you have to. It's time to move on. And the sad reality is some people are scared to move on because they feel they're too old. No one's going to want them. And again, I don't encourage anybody to stay in a situation where you're not appreciated. It's complicated. He doesn't want his adult kids to think I'm the reason his marriage did. That sounds like an excuse, Elizabeth. Again, I'm going to urge you to book some time with me. Go to my Stance store on my main TikTok page and book some time with me, okay? I want to talk to you in more detail. Melly Grace, you're next. X won't collect his things. He also was responding to messages and then stopped. Can you box everything up and box everything up nicely and send it to him via UPS? Can you do that? Send it like cash on delivery, COD. That's what I tell people, because if you can avoid the awkward exchange weeks or months later of picking up your stuff at the ex's house, just ship their stuff over to their place. Put it in a box and say, hey, it's outside in the driveway. If you don't pick it up by Monday, it's going to go to the city dump. I bet they won't regret that decision. I bet they'll respond to that text. Mr. Van, thanks for the advice, bro. It's been 5 years. In the last few months, I've been an emotional roller coaster. I'm going to ask you to book some time with me, Van, and we can talk this out. I'll give you some extra tips, okay? But ultimately, don't let people take advantage of you, man. I've been in your shoes. So again, I don't want anybody to think that I'm talking down. I've been there, okay? I get it. But do what's best for you. And again, once they've proven themselves to you, always believe they're always going to be who they are. Okay? The best indicator of future behavior is past behavior. Is it better to date a widower if you're a widow? I have no data on that. I mean, maybe there's something comparable that you both can relate to, maybe, but I have no data to say whether that's good or not. And again, everybody, please just to show some support, tap the screen for likes. Any tips will be appreciated as well. And if you want to support my platform, subscribe everywhere, okay? And send stars on Facebook. I think YouTube's got some super chats as well. And thank you for the follow, Melly. I think Brandon was next. I can't. Lucifer Hilarious. What was that? Thank you for the tip. I appreciate that. Brandon 81. Why is it so hard to find someone with pure intentions rather than just trying to hook up at 26? Dude, I get it, man. I started dating at 39 after my divorce, and I was really shocked. I say this all the time, how sexually aggressive women were. And it was all about hookups. And I think that's the big part of the culture now. But I assure you, there's people out there that value something deeper than that. I mean, maybe stay off apps and try to find people organically, like through friends or hobbies, passions. Whatever the case is, go old school like I did. Just go up to people at places, bars, or wherever you hang out. Go to somewhere you love. I don't know what you like to do for fun. Like, what's your perfect place to go that brings you joy? I say try to find somebody that loves what you love. That's always great. But be patient, man. There's somebody out there. Kathy, hey, Rudy. It's nice to catch you late. Hey, thank you, Kathy. Thank you for stopping by. Yaz, what's up? My ex has my diamond earring still. He tries to keep some power still, right? Possibly if you've asked for it back, yeah. Possibly. Is there any way you can maybe get a friend to get it for you, or a brother or sibling? Let's see. Ang Faye, thank you for so much for the follow. I appreciate that. I'm going to scroll up a little bit because I think I missed some. Lucifer is the great. Did I read that right? Okay. Jesse Cole, my ex will call once a day, hang up. What is he trying to do? I don't care what he's trying to do. Why haven't you blocked him? Problem solved. Set that boundary. Okay, maybe I don't know. Maybe again, have a sibling go get it. That's go with somebody. Maybe go with a police officer. Maybe to recover your property since it's of high value. There's got to be an option out there for you. I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for that. Hold up real quick. I'm just going to scroll up a little bit. Any tips to keep a conversation going? Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just keep it natural. There's a lot of books out there, like how to start a conversation, a cold conversation. People love talking about themselves. I mean, just kind of start there and just see if you have any similarities or anything that you have in common. Like if a woman had a graphic tee with a horror movie, I love horror movies, obviously, and I'm like, hey, I love that movie. You know, I have tattoos. We'll talk about that as well, but just approach it organically. And if you're young, I kind of urge people, if you have the means to, get a job in sales, because those skills that you learn in sales will help you in the dating world. Just like go up to somebody cold, read them physically, what they've got on, shoes, shirt, and kind of start the conversation there. How long did it take you to heal? I went to therapy, so pretty fast. But again, I was aware of why it ended. I had peace of mind knowing we tried everything to save it, and we still weren't in a good place. So that helped. And my kids were watching, and I wanted to be an example for them to follow in the event, God forbid, you know, they're in a situation like me, they're going through divorce. I wanted to show them this is how you handle rebuilding your life. So it took me a while. I was an avoidant after the divorce for about 5 years, but I was in a good place because I made sure to not replicate the mistakes I made in the past. So I don't have a timeline, but I had a lot of pressure to get back on my feet. The future is blessed. I'm doing my best. The future is blessed. Kind of pasted it in again. In reality, he's gone, but I still see him in my dreams, like we are still together. Okay, let's talk about that real quick. Dreaming about your ex is fine, because again, they're no longer in your life. And again, I think a lot of people, oh my God, you guys are a little too hard on yourself sometimes when you go through a breakup. It's okay to mourn them. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to have dreams about them. That doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. This person was an important part of your life, right? I mean, you created memories together. You're together for a few years, and you're going to dream about them. In time, as the years go on, you'll think about them and it won't sting. It'll just be a memory. But what I want you to do, I don't know if you're doing this or not. I hope you're not ruminating. And for those who don't know what ruminating is, it's more or less you're only romanticizing the past. You're thinking about the good times. And that's all you're thinking about. You're not remembering the reality of why they broke up with you, how horrible they were, and what they did to you. If you're just focusing on the good and not recognizing the bad, that's going to hurt you. If you want to move on, then schedule some time with me and I'll give you some more tips. But you have to do a lot of work yourself. And that's the one thing that I've discovered talking to so many people is that your worst enemy post breakup is yourself. A lot of people do a lot of destructive behaviors that are hurting them from moving on, like thinking about the past and living in the past. Your brain is living in the past. You're not facing the reality of what's going on right now. They're gone. They either cheated on you, they didn't appreciate you, they dumped you, and you're still living in the past. So you haven't faced the reality of what's going on, or you're stalking them on social media. You're looking at old photos all the time. You're rereading old text conversations. So your brain is still linked to them, and you've done nothing proactively to move on from that. So you have to put in work. And if you don't put in work, it's not going to happen. So you can get all the advice you want, but if you don't implement that in your life, you're never going to heal. Does that make any sense? You have to do what you have to do. And again, if you have to write down on a piece of paper exactly how horrible they were to you at the very end and things they said, the fact that they cheated on you, if you have to write that down on a paper and tape it on the mirror, tape it in your car, then do that. Have the constant reminder that they weren't the angel that you remember. And most people tend to only want to remember the first 3 months of the relationship when things are great. I mean, that's all just a fallacy because every relationship the first 3 months is always going to be great. You have to remember after the fact and what they said to you, how they treated you. Stop focusing on the potential of what could have been and look at the reality of what they gave you. And again, I'm telling you what you need to do. And the key ingredients to move on from anybody is space and time. If you don't give yourself space and time away from them, you're never going to heal. If they're calling you and you keep answering, why the fuck haven't you blocked them? I curse, by the way. Okay, why haven't you blocked them? Okay, why haven't you deleted all the photos from your phone and maybe downloaded them on an external drive? You have to let go of the past. There's nothing there. You have to look at the present and focus on you and rebuild your life. And the void that people have post-breakup is that emptiness of what do I do with myself? Again, you existed before this person came into your life. So it's on you to discover your passions again. Get out there, make new friends, Have a close circle of friends that are going to support you through this. Learn a new trade, join a gym, whatever brings you joy. You have to get out and make friends and get out again, build a new community. You have to. You have to journal. You have to let the feelings out. Do what I did. I would set up a camera just like this and talk my feelings out every night. I'm struggling with this. I cried today about her. I did this. I did that. Every day before you go to bed, 10 minutes or whenever, just 10 minutes a day, just record a vlog and talk about your feelings. I promise you, as you're talking about them, you're going to feel better after the fact because you're letting it out. And as the months and weeks go by, you're going to go back and watch that first video and you're going to go, wow, I've come a long way. So you have to put in work. Okay? There's no magic pill. There's nothing that's going to make you forget. There's nothing that I can say unless you do the work. You have to do the work, okay? ERM. I'll get to everybody in a bit. Just 1 second. I'll see you on Facebook, on YouTube, okay? New partner is very stressed out and spiraling. Do I step back or what? What are they stressing out about? Are you stressing them out? Thank you. Hey, Stevie, what's up, man? What are the signs to know one might be ready for a new relationship? Ready for a new relationship? When you can think of your ex and not feel anything. When you can think of your ex and not feel any sadness, longing to get back with them. When your phone notification goes off deep down, deep down where you don't want to admit it, you're hoping that it's them. When you have no emotional tether to your ex, that's a good place. And when you're not bringing any of that insecurity, animosity, and anger over to the new person, because why would you bring your insecurities over to somebody you just met who doesn't deserve it? Just because your ex cheated on you doesn't mean the person in front of you is. So why would you be that way with them? When you've healed from your trauma and you can think of your ex and have, I wish them the best, no ill will, then you're in a good place. Angelica, my husband and I separated. I'm trying to move out of state. He knows I want to leave without the kids. So he told my sons have to leave. My son now says he doesn't want to leave. Why won't he just leave me in peace? That is a very deep conversation. Angelica, I'm going to ask you to book some time with me so we can talk that out. Again, usually when people are going through a separation or a breakup, especially if you initiated it, they will want to make your life a living hell and make things worse for you and not as easy as you may think it may be, because they're in pain and they want you to feel the pain as well. And I've always said, when kids, they're listening and watching when you go through a breakup like that. So if anybody's kind of using them as pawns to kind of hurt you by hurting them, that's not a good thing. Another question from YouTube, AM, is it true what they say, people hurt their exes and become better for the next person? No, that's not that's a generality, not really a fact. I mean, it depends. Again, every situation is different, right? But I hope after each relationship, somebody, either the dumper or the dumpy, whoever, you'll both evolve from that situation to become better people. That's the whole point of the thing. I mean, if every situation, every relationship you've ever had is trash and it ends in a horrible way, well, you're the common denominator in all those relationships. So you're the problem. You see what I mean? So everybody has to improve upon themselves after each relationship. That's not to spite you. That's just how it should be. Okay, going back over here on TikTok. Liz H, thank you. Appreciate that. Tried with my ex again and told me intimacy, chemistry gone, but I was everything she wanted and more. You were everything she wanted and more. It's possible, man, for chemistry and intimacy to kind of disappear. That's a reality. People grow apart. And again, nothing ever happens overnight, Shane. I want you to recognize that when somebody asks for a divorce or wants to break up with you, they didn't just make that decision right there at the moment. It's been kind of on their mind for a few weeks, months, if not years. So I want you, if you really want an answer to what's going on, think back in the past and think what was happening. Were you guys fighting a lot? Were you guys growing to becoming different people? All the clues are there. Let's see here. Megan, we split up a week ago, giving her stuff back tomorrow, but we spoke today. Could we fix things? I don't know. I mean, you broke up, right? I mean, I don't know what the reasons were. I get right now after the breakup, the first week, especially the first week, you're not really you're thinking with a rational mind. You're still like in the mourning phase and you're doing possibly everything you can to keep them, almost like in a desperation state. But you broke up. Why? I ask you why. Why did you break up? Have you guys fought all the time? Were you guys incompatible? Did they cheat on you? What happened? I mean, I ask you this. What do they offer you? If you take away comfort, hold on. If you take away comfort and familiarity, right? If you take away sex, what do they give you that you have to go back? I mean that. But again, if they take away comfort, sex, and just familiarity, right? Familiarity, you take all that away. What do they give you? What does this person give you that it's worth going back to them? Think about that. I want everybody to think about that. What does your ex give you? Take away those three elements. What do they give you? And yes, I'm drinking a Red Bull. Anxiety. That's an honest answer. And I'm glad you said that. Good. And again, I got to make another video on that topic. But again, for everybody who's hung up on their ex, I get the early weeks, the immediate time when you guys break up, a trauma bond. I'm glad everyone's being honest with each other, with themselves especially. And if you can write out what they actually give you, then that gives you a clear picture. A lot of times people want to get back to an ex because they're scared of being alone. That's the honest reason. And they feel that no one else on this earth will love them as much as this person did. They'll never have another chance at love. Some people think they don't deserve another chance. This was their one chance. It's like a mind of scarcity. And I'm here to tell you that's bullshit. That's not true. There's somebody out there who will love you for the person that you are. I found one. How many tries on Hinge did you found your wife now? After how many tries? I didn't. Well, again, keep in mind, I wasn't looking to get married. I just wanted to be a bachelor my entire life. Low self-esteem. There you go. I wanted to just be single, a bachelor my entire life. I wasn't ready to get married. I didn't want to get married. And I met her, and she was completely different from any other woman. Completely different. No shit games, no jealousy, just well-spoken, educated, inspiring, supportive, and real. No ex-boyfriend in the past she was lingering on. She was just so healthy that I just couldn't believe what was in front of me. And that's what kind of changed my mind. But again, I wasn't looking to get married, but I found her on Hinge. I was on Hinge, Tinder, and on Match. One second, everybody. I appreciate that. The future is blessed. Thank you so much. I'm going to go over here on Facebook real quick. Divorce and he's moving out. Okay. Surrendering the house keys. How to handle an awkward goodbye. Tips on handling an awkward goodbye. That is a good question. Oh, God. That's a good question. Because you don't want to bring up something that's going to cause a fight, right? Just, you guys made that choice. They're moving out. I would just wish them the best. Wish them the best. Keep it as professional and as non-combative as possible. Just say, I wish you the best and take care. That's it. I wouldn't start a fight or do anything like that. Just, if there's anything you want to say, then say it. But again, I wouldn't want to start a fight when they're leaving. That's going to be a very hard situation. There's a lot of people who actually don't want to be there. So just people that will leave the house and would rather come back to an empty house versus being there as they're leaving. So the choice is yours. Another question on Facebook. Hold on, everybody. Is it Russell? Okay. I just really don't trust anybody anymore. She made a promise and completely broke it. I just don't want to deal with it any longer. Okay, but she Just because somebody did that to you doesn't mean everybody else will, Russell. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of bad people out there, right? You probably will get your heart broken again, but you don't wear your heart in your sleeve. I mean, just be very careful with who you trust in your life. Who says you have to be completely vulnerable and just letting everybody who can lie to you or violate that trust. Be very cautious with who you let into your life. Okay? You're the gatekeeper. Like I tell everybody, you're the gatekeeper. So you say who comes in and who doesn't. And just because they come in, just be very cautious. Everyone's always putting the best foot forward when you meet somebody, all right? And that doesn't mean you can believe them. Just take your time with that vulnerability. No one's telling you you have to go trust anybody right away. But don't let this one experience keep you from loving anybody else again, all right? You shouldn't allow one person, don't allow one person to kind of ruin the chances of being happy with somebody else in the future, all right? Don't do that. Don't give them the satisfaction. Marianne, why do men refuse to sign divorce papers? My sister's going through the separation and he refuses. I don't know. I mean, again, just I'm the one who followed, right? So a lot of times it's just they don't want to admit failure. They don't want to admit that it's over. Once they sign, now it becomes a thing where everybody knows now. Everyone's going to be talking about the divorce. Now it's real. It could be things of them not wanting to pay alimony, child support, being away from the kids. It could be a number of things. But I think, again, I'm not an attorney. I don't give any legal advice, but I know a lot of times you can still proceed and finalize a divorce and not have them sign. Again, I don't quote me on that, but that's what I've heard. Hey, Nick, I'm doing great, man. Hey, Val, what's up? A simple hug. Well, again, the hug may be too much, Lori. Again, every situation is different. I don't know. Pinnacle, decorating, sudden. Everything you described about her is exactly how everyone is when you first meet them. Yeah. Is it Annie? Hi. Why would a guy approach me, ask for my number without any intention of dating me? Are you saying that they go and ask for your number, then you never hear from them again? Is that what you're saying? My accent. I have an accent? Do I have an accent? I'm unaware that I have one, but I'm from Texas, so I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's Southern. I have no idea. Do you reckon you should fight for someone? Is it possible to reconcile with your ex? No, I don't believe in fighting for anybody. That's Hollywood bullshit. I mean, if they left you, right? If they left you for a reason. If they're confused on who they should love, go to the other guy. I don't want you. I don't want anybody to be confused whether they want me or not. Go. No, that's my honest opinion. All right. Is it possible to reconcile with an ex? Of course it's possible. But again, why do you want to go back? Again, you didn't answer the question earlier. I asked you, what does your ex give you that you feel the need to go back? You take away comfort, sex, and familiarity. You take that away. What do they give you? That nobody else can. But no, don't fight for anybody. No, that's bullshit. Enunciation is great. Really? Okay. That's funny. Love your common sense advice. Yeah, thanks, as Andrew. I appreciate that, man. That's honestly how I go about it. I mean, like I said, I'm not coming at anybody with a holier than thou approach. I've made a ton of these mistakes. I've been there and I've done that. I've made tons of mistakes and I've learned from them. Okay. Yeah, or maybe it's your voice. It possibly is. I don't know. Texas, what's up, man? What's up, Russell? Have broken up and got back together 3 times. Is this a red flag? Yeah. Because why do you keep going back? I mean, no. Here's a better question. Why do you keep breaking up? Because if you're breaking up 3 times, that's 2 times too many. So why do you keep breaking up? Is it you guys are incompatible of communicating? You guys are consistently fighting, not listening to each other? Insecurity, jealousy? You guys are breaking up all the time. So why are you wasting your time? That's very toxic, by the way. I don't have an accent to you, Lori, but to some other people, apparently I do. Thank you. Well, you didn't answer my question. Hey, Val. But I mean that. Yeah, it is very toxic. Okay, we got another question here on Facebook. 1 second. I was his first girlfriend, but he decided to move me from being a girlfriend to friends with benefits. He decided. How did you feel about that? Did you have a say in that decision? I decided to completely leave him. Oh, good, good, good. I decided to completely leave him. You know what? You're going to get the applause. Okay? Good for you. Stand up for yourself. Don't take any shit. Don't pardon my French. I love that. Please advise. Yeah, don't let him back. Because he obviously only wants you for one thing, the benefits. If you know what I'm saying? So again, it's a one-sided arrangement with that person. They're telling you what they want, and I'm glad you walked away from that. Do what's best for you. And again, usually people who want the friends with benefits setup, when you walk away and get the courage, they're going to come back with a, they call it hoovering tactics. They're going to come back and promise you the world. They're going to say they're going to change. They want things to be different. I promise you things will be different because they want those benefits back. Don't fall for it. Because by now they've proven themselves to you, right? You know exactly who they are. And again, the best indicator for future behavior is past behavior. So go with that. But good for you for walking away. For what it's worth, from this random guy on social media, I am proud of you. Good for you. Thank you for the follow. Is it Bamster? And again, I urge everybody to book a one-on-one with me, to talk to me one-on-one. The link is in the bio. Excuse me. The link is on the bio on TikTok, my stand store, and also over here on YouTube and on Facebook. The link is on in the comments. Okay. You can do a 30-minute session. You can do a 1-hour session. You can also send me a question, and I'll answer it with a video. Okay. I also have a free guide, 5 reasons why you can't get over your ex. It's a free guide. Go to the store, download it, read it twice. It's free. And if you still need some assistance, talk to me, schedule some time. I'd be more than happy to help you. Thank you. I've been watching your videos a couple days ago. Oh, that's good. Thank you. I'm glad they helped. Hey, Gabby, what's up? How do you know if a man is still stuck on his ex-wife? Well, if you're asking, he probably is. I mean, is he talking about her a lot? That's a big indicator if he brings her up all the time. If he's an avoidant as well, that's also a big indicator. Like, in other words, if he's not really wanting to commit to a relationship, that could be it as well. Have you asked him? Instead of asking me, have you just asked him? I mean, what makes you ask that question? I mean, the huge indicators are, again, stuff at their house still. That's usually a big one. Also, they're talking about them all the time. It's rude advice on Facebook. Believe it or not, she's letting me keep my pension and letting me keep the cutlass. Good for you. You see, is it Eggman? I'm glad you shared that, because a lot of people have this this belief that they'll get screwed financially, and it's not like that all the time. My ex-wife kept her 401k. I kept mine. It doesn't always have to be so like disastrous financially. So I'm glad you shared that, man. And you got the cutlass. Good for you. Oh, Stevie, you did what? I blanked my ex the other day at the gym. Is it immature? I ignored her. Wait. You blanked my ex the other day? Wait. What do you mean I blanked my ex the other day at the gym? She dumped me. Is it immature? I ignored her. Are you saying you had sex at the gym? What do you mean? You blanked her? Sorry, 1 second. Is that what you mean? What do you mean I blanked her? I think that's what you mean. She was a dumper. Now she stalks my stories. Well, again, OG, why haven't you blanked her? Blanked her. Why haven't you blocked her? You see, Stevie D, what you did to me? Why haven't you blocked her, man? That way she can't see your stories. Again, Val, again, when it comes to a parental relationship advice, that's not me. I'm sorry. Maybe it's similar. I don't know, but I don't really dive in that space. Blocked her. Okay, you mean ignored her. Good for you. Have you considered switching gyms or trying another gym? Sometimes a change in venue is good. There's all these specialty gyms in the areas in your town, I'm sure, that are popping up. Maybe try a different gym. That way you don't have to worry about seeing her and you get to see new people, make new friends. Oh, your gym is awesome? Okay, I'm just saying as an option. I'm just saying as an option, okay? Hold on. Mrs. T, guy suddenly pops up after years of no communication. Okay, so he's probably divorced or just broke up with somebody. Okay. We were just chatting mates. I knew he stopped because he got married. Okay, that's exactly what happened. Okay. Suddenly he sends a friend request and we start talking again, just wondering why he suddenly reached out. Well, is he married still? Because if not, he's probably looking to have an affair with you. Because why is he having conversations with a woman when he's married? Or if he's divorced, again, I don't know the whole story. Maybe he just wants to rekindle where you guys left off. It's not uncommon to get a random message from an old boyfriend from high school. It's usually because they broke up or just got divorced. Yes, he's still married. Yeah, he wants to fuck. I mean that. Again, if these conversations are kind of hidden and inappropriate, it makes no sense for him to be reaching out to you. Look, I'm a dude. I'm a man. I'm not going to lie to you. What reason would I have to lie to you? Right? And what married man wants a friendship with a woman that's not his wife? You know, there's so many things right there. There's so many red flags. That's why. Sex. Again, this is adult conversations we have. I curse. It's part of the thing, part of the gimmick here. But we're all adults and we can handle that. Hello. Karina, my ex still wants me to be part of my stepkid's life because they asked for me. That's sweet. I mean, if you can do that, then do that. Oh, you made a huge impact on their life. If you feel that you're up to it and everybody's mature, then do that. That's sweet. Stephanie Dela Cruz. Again, everybody, please tap the screen. Any tips will be much appreciated. And again, my link to my store on TikTok is on my bio. Schedule one-on-one. I can help you out. I also have a free guide. You can download 5 Reasons Why You Can't Get Over Your Ex. The link over here is in the comments, okay? You're welcome, Mrs. T. In a separation, but living in the same home. Ugh. When can you talk to other people or off limits? Well, how long is that arrangement going to be for, Stephanie? Because again, the tricky thing about, one, you're separated. So that means you're still married. Let's be clear on that. You're still a married woman. So you shouldn't be talking to other people. Because one of my big rules on my page is that me being a guy who went through a divorce, right? You shouldn't be dating when you're separated, nor should you be dating anybody who's going through a divorce or just got divorced. You're not emotionally ready for anybody or anything because you got so much shit you need to take care of. So no, dating other people is not an option. If you want a divorce, get one, then you can date all you want. But no, because right now you're still a married woman living in the same house. So technically you're still married. I know emotionally you guys are detached, but you're still married legally. And when you introduce another person into that equation, it could be disastrous. How do you think your husband's going to react when you go out on date night looking all nice and like you haven't dressed up like that in years to him, right? And he's going to be all like, what the hell? How many stories have we seen on social media where a woman going through a divorce goes on a date and the husband's stalking them and does something horrible to her in that date? Because again, most times the guy doesn't want the divorce, right? So you're putting another person in danger. And you're still married. So all your efforts should be going right now into filing for divorce or figuring things out. But no. Things are very hostile and can blow up at any point if your husband sees you going out on a date or vice versa. Maybe you're the jealous one. I don't know. But no. And I mean that with all sincerity. Look, right now, I don't know where you stand in the divorce. Maybe because you guys just had a fight and just said you're separated. But how long is that going to be sustainable? Plus, you're still living with them. Who's going to keep the house? Are you going to sell it? How are you going to adjust financially after the divorce? Where are you going to live? There's so many things you need to take care of first. Dating should be last on your mind right now. How long after divorce? Like I said, once you get situated, I don't know if you have kids or not. Let's just say you don't. But once you've adjusted to your new living space, in other words, you have an apartment or maybe a new home, you've adjusted financially because you've gone from dual incomes to one. Hell, maybe you were a stay-at-home mom for years and now you're working again. So you got to get adjusted to that. Working again, right? What if you got kids? You have to adjust to the co-parenting situation. Like, how are the kids handling this? The main priority should be the kids. And why would you want to date somebody, introduce the kids to this new guy or this new woman? No. All this is like, no, dating is last. Okay. So how long when you're situated in a good place and you don't have any animosity or anger toward your ex? Because again, who wants to date somebody? You're having a good time, they're drinking, and then as soon as a couple drinks go down, they start just ranting about how much they hate their ex. You don't want to be that person, right? Don't be that person. Take care of yourself. Take care of your situation, everything you need to handle first. Quick dating story. I remember I was at this bar one time with this woman, and she told me, "I'm getting that. This is why I don't mess with This is why I don't mess with women who are separated, right? And this is why I tell people not to mess with women who are separated." I'm at a bar. Me and this woman hit it off. We started making out at the bar, right? And she goes, "Take me home." Right? I'm like, "Okay." I take her home because I'm thinking we're going to do something, right? This is like what, 2017, 2016. So she gets in the car. She starts taking off all her clothes. We're making out, doing things in the car as I'm driving, right? I get to her house and there's a huge F-150 in the driveway. I'm like, "Is that your truck?" She goes, "No, that's my husband." I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "That's my husband." I'm like, "You told me you were divorced." She goes, "No, I'm just separated. And if he comes out here and sees us, he's going to kick your ass." I'm like, "What the fuck?" So in a series of motions, I got her dressed and threw her out of my truck and took off because he could have came out and done something horrible to me. So don't put yourself in danger. All right? Don't put yourself in danger if you don't have to. Another time I went on a date, this woman was just all over me. I'm like, "Hey, I don't even know you. Can we just kind of hang out here?" She said she was separated as well. We're at a bar, we're hanging out, and she keeps doing this, looking behind her shoulder. And I'm like, "Are you all right? You want me to get you a drink? I mean, am I making you nervous?" She's like, no. It's just, I want you. Let's go to your car." I'm like, I don't work that way. Let's talk. Let's get to know each other first. And all of a sudden, this guy comes in with a wife beater yelling at me, threatening to kill me because he says that I was screwing his wife. I'm like, "Dude, I just met her 2 days ago. We met her on this dating app. I haven't spoken to her before that." He believed me. And then they got into a big fight, and I just kind of walked out, paid the bill, and went home. So again, don't put yourself in danger if you don't have to. All right? Don't mess with people who are going through a separation or divorce because you don't know how toxic or violent it can get for yourself. True stories, by the way. Yeah, get divorced first. Pretty much, dude. God. Yeah, and think about it. What if he had something? What if he had, I have to say, pew pew? What if he had a pew pew? I could have been dead. What if he didn't believe me, just wanted to beat me up? I would have got beaten up for somebody that I didn't even know. So yeah, don't do that. And the other ones I dated, it was just like, how can I say this on 3 platforms without being like flagged? It was just messing around. It was just messing around. And after a couple months, they went back to their ex. "We're going to give it another chance for my son." Like, okay. After everything we did, all the movies we made, really? There's your husband? It doesn't matter. You know what? Go ahead and go. So just stay away from people who aren't fully capable of giving themselves to you if they're still obligated or tied to somebody else. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Damn right. Protect yourself. All right, what questions do we have? I went on a story rant, but that's all true. But what other questions do we have? How do I handle my husband saying he wants to move out and we have two little girls? I'm in limbo. Well, he wants to leave, right? I mean, have you gotten a financial assessment? Have you spoken to an attorney? Have you figured out how you're going to adjust to this? Why does he want to leave? That's so horrible. But even if we don't have an answer to that, you have to adjust to the situation. Living arrangements, attorney, things of that nature. I'm so sorry. But what other questions we have? She said because I was angry during the phone argument, she would be scared in person, then wanted to come over the next day. I didn't see that first part of that, Captain. So, no, I don't think so. Okay. Is this your ex-wife or your girlfriend? What's going on? Any questions on YouTube or Facebook? Ask away. And show some support. Be sure to subscribe. I would appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, but again, Captain, I mean, again, why are you entertaining these conversations? If you don't have to, why are you entertaining them? Maggie, hi. Pleasure to meet you. Claire, my partner of 1 year starts therapy next week from past trauma. How do I support him and not break up? Part of me is like, why didn't he start this before he dated you, right? Again, this is why I insist everybody kind of fix themselves before you go back out to the dating world, because then you have this situation. But look, as long as they're gonna go, and again, it's he said he's starting therapy, so it can take months, if not maybe a couple years, maybe sooner. I don't know, for them to actually start seeing results, and they have to want to change. Just because you're going to therapy doesn't mean you're actually listening, right? So they have to be willing to take accountability and change for the betterment of themselves. All you can do is just hear them out after therapy sessions and see what the therapist is advise them to do. If there's books they have to read, you know, that's great. But also kind of recognize patterns, because usually therapy is a means to kind of recognize behavioral and communication patterns. Like, what do they respond to? What triggers them? And if you start seeing a change in that behavior, maybe just say, hey, you're acting different. I can see a difference. Keep it up. Just encourage them. Maggie, I'm doing great. Pleasure to meet you. Oh, let's see here. My ex blocked me after we broke up. Okay. And 4 months later, she unblocked me. Does that mean anything? No. It doesn't mean that you should get back together, okay? It means that they're curious, okay? It just means that they are curious to see what you're doing, what you're up to, if you've got a replacement, who's your new boyfriend, if you've gotten over them. That's really all it means. Why haven't you blocked this ex? I mean that. I mean, I urge everybody to block their ex after a breakup. Why haven't you? Because now you're asking questions on what does this mean, which means, I don't know, maybe you're not over them because you're thinking about them and what they're doing and how they're thinking and what their intentions are. So block them back. But it can mean a number of things. Just curiosity, just see how you're doing. But again, that doesn't mean that they want to get back with you again. Block your ex, people, especially if it ended bad. Block your ex. Digging my beard. Thank you, Brittany. Hey, what's up? My good friend. I'm still going to call you Miss Myers. About to embark on my first summer single from divorce where I feel good and feel happy. Good advice. Have fun. Be yourself. And just be very cautious with who you allow into your life. All right? A lot of dudes out there know how to play the game just to get in your pants. Be very cautious with that, okay? Be very protective. I don't know what you're looking for. If you're looking for love, you know, like summer days in Greece. If you're looking to do that. But just have some fun. And be very cautious with who you let in. And anybody that you meet, you're going to be overwhelmed, maybe, feeling great. But again, those first few months of dating are always going to feel that way. It's the months after that, after the third and fourth month is when the dopamine and everything, the excitement kind of goes away. So just be very cautious, okay? If you're going out to dates to get married again, don't change those standards, okay? Be very protective of your space. Yeah, we'll block them. I finally did after he fully control of my car. Now I can't get into Social Security. Again, Val, I don't have any advice on that. Okay. Let's see here. Hold on. There's a question here on YouTube. I'm gonna try to read this. Okay. Is there a first part to this? No. Let's see. But it's a disease of the 21st century. Everyone is toxic in some way. Yeah, I would agree with that. I am divorced and alone for a long time because it is beautiful to me. Good for you. I don't want anyone to control me and be me jealous and be jealous of you. Well, again, I think yeah, there is a lot of toxicity out there. I think the social media has made a bunch of people lazy as far as dating apps. I mean, you can literally be in your house in your underwear, create a profile, and meet women, meet men, right? I mean, it's super easy. The convenience and just the availability of a lot of people of options is just crazy, and some people can get addicted to that. I was at one point. So yeah, I mean, if you are alone and you love your space, then relish in that. You know, enjoy that space. I just hope you're not alone because you hate people or don't want to give anybody else a chance of getting hurt. Because then you're doing this out of fear. But there are good people out there. I know the majority of the people out there that are single are toxic, and it's on us again. That's why I tell everybody on these lives to be very protective of your space. Be very protective of it. Okay, if you know what you want, hold to that. And again, a lot of people will wear a mask of putting on the best character of who they think they are, who they want you to see, and then that mask goes away. How many of us have said, "I'm like, who are you?" I know I have. Like, who the hell are you? I don't recognize this person because that was never really them. So just be very cautious with that, okay? You have a second part here, and there are a lot of married men who approach me. It's horrible. Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. Be sure to follow me. I don't know if you follow me or not. And again, if I can just be honest, when I was single, you'd be surprised how many married women wanted to hook up in the back of their Nissan Armada or their Forerunner all the time. I would go to a bar Friday. There would be like ladies' night or a work hangout. A lot of married women wanted to hook up. I mean that. You can't beat peace, but it's hard to break free from toxicity. It's a detox, yeah. Especially if it's all you've ever known, Miss Myers. And for a while, I recognized that's all I ever known as well. It can also be an addiction because it's fun. The instability, the how you're fighting, it's hot and cold, and thinking you're never going to see this person again. They come back, and then things are just so intense. It's just peaks of just dopamine, serotonin. It's just the excitement of it. And then somebody comes by who's healthy and just well rounded, and then you find it boring because you're not getting any dopamine spikes. So yeah, yes, sir. I feel that I am. Ask any of the thousands of people that I've helped because you're very what? Well, thank you. I wasn't always this way. I got to post some pictures of me when I was younger. Yes, I have seen it. Very sad. Oh yeah, I think married women, if I can be honest and fair, I think married women are just as bad as married men. I said it. Yeah, I hear you, Ms. Myers. I hear you. It takes time, but don't let any that poison back into your life. They are better at hiding it. Are they? Or is it the husband doesn't care because he's doing something too? I don't know. But yeah, there was one guy that I knew who was seeing a married woman, and this woman had a business with her husband, and this woman was paying this guy's rent. This married woman was paying one of my friends rent at one point, and the catch was I'll pay for this apartment, but as long as I can come over anytime and get what I want. And he was down for that. I'm not lying. Hey, Christy, what's up? I share it on every live. I've made videos on it, but again, I'm not a therapist or a counselor. I'm just a coach. I share. I've been there, done that. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've been divorced. All this I'm sharing is based on real life experience, and I've changed for the better. And my advice is reflection that it works because my life has turned around. I've always said if you're going to listen to anybody, you want to ensure that they've been through what you've gone through. As far as credentials, I'm a senior instructional designer for a living. That's what I do for a living. I've been accredited in adult learning for the past 12 years. That's what I do for a living. So, and again, not saying I'm a therapist. I don't cure depression. I'm just giving the tools that people need to just go and make a better approach at life and make better decisions. Hi, I watched just one video and had to follow you. Is it Navi? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Which one was it? You're holding strong. You got this. I got complete faith in you, girl. What other questions we have, folks? And again, I want to be clear. I'm not saying I'm a therapist. I never said that, or a counselor. Just a coach. Well, Val, get out of the house. Get out. Why are you in the house? I mean, get out, get some fresh air, go take a walk in the park, get some sun. Yolanda, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Oh my God. Lady Roxy, oh my God. That, I please get professional help. I wouldn't even know where to begin with that. That's way outside my wheelhouse. I can't provide any advice when it comes to that. Please go seek maybe a child therapist to get the help that child needs and the help that you need as well. My God. What you do, men? What do you mean exactly? I don't understand the question. Some therapy or going for a walk is so helpful, but depression and anxiety can be, yeah, I know. Please, yeah, lady. I mean, be sure you give that child every resource they could possibly get to help them. I don't even have, again, that's outside my wheelhouse. I don't know what to advise on that. Just get them the help they need. I'm very protective when it comes to the elderly and children, and I just take care of them. But yeah, Miss Myers, I always tell people if you're feeling down in the house, just go for a walk. You'd be amazed with just the wind in your hair and the sun in your face. After 20 minutes, people usually feel better. I know I did. Just go for a walk, get your headphones on, put it like an inspiring podcast on, maybe one of mine, or maybe your mix. Be sure you create a decent uplifting mix that's going to lift your spirits. Don't be listening to love songs or anything depressing. Create like 30, 40 tracks of your favorite uplifting songs that are going to make you feel good. That's something that'll make you sing aloud. Do that. Yeah, but walking helps. And then say hi to people. It's so weird that when you go out for a walk and you see somebody coming your way, you just do the head nod or say hello, good morning. That alone did wonders for me. So do that for yourself. Or heavy metal, which I'm all about that. Yeah. But, is it Safi? What do you mean? What you do, men? What do you mean exactly? Yeah, Lady Roxy, I don't have any filters up on my page, but TikTok will flag and pull down any comments that have certain words on it, okay? And that's beyond my control. What about an ex refollowing an old ex a month after your breakup? Well, the problem here is you, because you're stalking your ex and checking to see who they follow. You're not supposed to be doing that. They're an ex for a reason. You have lost all exclusivity with them, and they can follow whoever they want, as you can do as well. So you shouldn't be doing that because, again, this is why I tell everybody to block your ex. Because instead of focusing on you and healing from the breakup, you're so consumed with who they're doing, what's going on, who they're following, and that's only going to make your breakup worse and put you in a bad mental position. So in essence, you're hurting yourself. You are hurting yourself by doing this. Don't do this to yourself, okay? Block your ex. Block them. Anything you see is going to hurt you. Think about it. As curious as you may feel, what are they doing, etc., etc., it doesn't matter what you find. Whatever you find is going to make you feel like shit. Because Rhonda, why do they keep coming back for favors or money? Because they know they can take advantage of you and get what they want. That's why. Why do you let them back? I mean that. Why? People will take advantage of you if you allow that to happen. And that's exactly what they're doing. So are they the problem or you? Think about that. Just cut them off and leave them alone. Some people can't, man. Some people can't help themselves. And that's the thing that I'm trying to preach here is that you need to set boundaries for yourself and stand up for yourself. Because if you don't, who else will? Nobody is. Charlotte and Elizabeth. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I need to make more episodes. I am very cognizant of that. But I appreciate the support on that. Thank you so much. What's your favorite episode, if you don't mind me asking? I feel like he took advantage, complete advantage, faked a whole relationship for convenience. A lot of people will. Rhonda, again, that's why I tell everybody here, be very careful with who you let into your life. There's many people out there, men and women, that know how to play the game and play the role. That I know guys who can pretend to be Christian guys so they can quote scripture. I knew guys like that back in the day. They're not part of my life anymore, but there's a lot of people that will play a role to get what they want from you. Be very protective. Very true, Captain. Lady T917, thank you. Let's see here. Wait, I just love listening to your voice, but I love the spiritual episodes. Thank you. Yeah. I need to get Tatiana back on the podcast. We usually need to do, that was like the ghost one, I think. I need to get her back. Let's see. Rhonda, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. But yeah, don't let anybody take advantage of you, people. I mean, please, I know, don't fall for their, again, if their behavior has proven that they're only there for themselves, don't give them the benefit of the doubt. No matter how much they promise or plea that'll be different. No, their actions have proven who they are, especially if it's been repeating. Again, once they've proven themselves, always trust they'll always be that. Okay? Patterns don't like, but people do. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, 100%. Any questions over here on Facebook or YouTube? I wish I had a producer. A producer would be cool to manage everything while I'm talking. That'd be great. One day, maybe. Any other questions? Ask away. Nice. I am doing my best, man. I am doing my best. I'll get the hang of it. I want to make it more interactive. I know this is like the beginning of it. And I know every 3 months, I kind of want to evolve and make it a better, like, a better experience for everybody. I think I may allow people to come on, but I just prefer knowing a little bit more about a person's situation before we speak. So I don't know. I wanted to change and wanted to evolve. Maybe I can get somebody to kind of link up all my platforms so I can go live on and just have one platform to work with, you know? Hey, bud, my girlfriend left me. I'm sorry about that, man, because I didn't give her enough time of me. What do you think? Well, what do I think about what, for her leaving you? I mean, she gave you a reason why. I mean, so there's a clear answer on why she left. I mean, what do you think? Do you think that's valid? Most people don't even have an answer on why the person left. She gave you a clear answer. Miss Myers, any advice on how to heal anxious attachment? It's really, it comes down to building your own self-worth, building your persona, your personal hobbies, your interests. That way you're not so codependent. In other words, you build yourself up to the point where you love yourself and you don't need anybody to make you happy. Because a big part of the anxious attachment style is that you're codependent on somebody else bringing joy into your life. So you have to really evolve on your own. And again, it can be a chore, but that's what you have to do. Build up a community, support circle around you, hobbies, passions, something that you love doing. Maybe a podcast. I don't know. Maybe be a fitness instructor, whatever the case is. I know you're working on that. So maybe do that. Start your own small business as a Pilates instructor. That's my problem. I love being alone so much, and depending on someone else freaks me out. Well, again, I mean, discover a passion, a hobby, something like that. Invest in something that will make you better and maybe help other people. Just an idea. Charlotte and Elizabeth. How do I uphold a relationship with my extended family when they are mean to my immediate family? Oh God, yeah, that's a tough situation. I'm pretty sure you've shared the concerns, right, of what's going on with these people, and if they have they addressed those concerns. I mean, have they listened to what you're saying and said, "I'm sorry, maybe we're unaware that we were doing this, and we will change for the better." I hope that's what you heard. But if you've shared those concerns and they haven't made any changes, it's sad to say that sometimes you got to sever ties with people. I don't know how far along you've gotten along in those conversations, but a lot of times people have to sever ties with family members because again, they're only hurting their immediate. And I get that. I know I've done that for a period of time. But again, you're doing it because they left you no choice. In a lot of relationships, whether they're like this situation or in a romantic relationship, you have to have those hard conversations, even if you know that it's going to hurt them when you bring it up. It doesn't matter because you're bringing it up because it needs to be addressed. So have the courage to have that conversation with them and see what they say. And if if they love and respect you, they should be receptive to what you're saying and make the necessary changes. And if not, there's your answer. Where do I download the free guide? Go to on TikTok. What you want to do, go to my main page, my main bio, right? Hit follow, right? Follow me. And then click on the Stan store link. You'll see there. Click on that link. It takes you to my store. You'll find the guide there. Download it, read it twice. And if you have any questions, schedule some time with me, okay? What do I do if my girl has no intimacy drive? Well, I don't know if you're married or not, but usually there's something going on up here, right? What is it? You guys fighting a lot? Is she stressed out of her mind? It could be a number of factors. A woman has to be at peace and feel safe around you to be able to do that, man. And if there's fights, inconsistencies, stress, pressure, all that could happen. When did it start? Was it always this way? There's people that I've known. There's married, I don't know if you're married or not, but there's married people that I've known, women have shared this with me, that they won't have sex with their husband because he doesn't know what he's doing. He thinks he's Don Juan and doing everything right, and she'll tell him, slow down, let's do this over here. And they'll get defensive and mad and be mad at them for telling them to try something else. So, and then they don't listen, right? And then ultimately the woman is like, you know what, I'm not even gonna try anymore. I don't even want to have sex because I don't like it. And anytime I try to tell him to do something different, he gets mad. So they give up. I'm not saying that's what happened with you, but I'm just trying to give you examples of what people have shared with me. Here's a tip, guys. When a woman says, don't stop or keep going, keep that same pace and rhythm. Don't go faster. It's true. Well, some women do too, especially when it comes to the oral talents. You're what? That good? Really? Okay, then they don't know what they're doing. Hey, I'm being honest. Everybody kind of thinks they're better than what they really are. Oh yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit. But when did this come up again? TTO 652. When did this come up? Has this been a concern for a while? I mean, what? Why do you think she doesn't have any intimacy drive? I'm terminally ill. Should I leave so he remembers me like? Oh God, Candy, I. That's so beyond my wheelhouse. I wouldn't know what to say. I don't even know the answer. I don't know how to answer that. I'm so sorry. Wow. I didn't know how to answer. I'm sorry. Tell you what, 1 second. Facebook and YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and end the live. So, again, thank you for joining. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. If you want to book an appointment, the link is in the comments. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. I will be live tomorrow. So, everybody, take care. All right. Bye bye.